Doc Favors here. Welcome to another episode of the Quantum Leap Masterclass. As always, guys, I'm the host with the most, and I'm excited that you're here. Please forgive me, guys, but I am on a different recording apparatus, and so I'm actually on my Mac, but I wanted to get this information to you today in due time. And so at the time of the recording, it's a little chilly down here in sunny Jacksonville, but nonetheless, we're going to make it do what it do. Also, we want to give a shout out to those who are making it through the masterclass. This is episode 14, and today we're going to be talking about seeking failure. If you have not already, do your boy a favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, you all, and please share the broadcast. Also, spend some time looking at some of the other videos because it is truly blessing people, and you all are adding to the community, so we appreciate that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, guys. We are once again in the book U Squared by Price Pritchett. It is an awesome book, an awesome piece that you can use to build out your leadership team, to strengthen your mindset, because you all know if this is your first time here, once again, I'm Doc Favors, and what I do is I help you create the life of freedom by helping you strengthen your mindset through, helping you develop things from your mindset to your business or whatnot. And all of that is encapsulated in terms of building that life of freedom that you want. So without further ado, let's get into this. Seeking failure. Now, I know the topic automatically suggests something weird to us, right? How many times have we known people to say, hey, you need to seek failure? But Price has a different way of approaching this. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you can see my notes in this book, I got notes all through this chapter right here because it is that powerful, right? So he says, quantum leaps demand a willingness to make mistakes. And I thoroughly agree with that because I was always taught if you're going to fail, then fail forward. What that simply means is if you're going to make mistakes, if you're going to miss the mark a little bit, then do it on your way to something great. Do it on your way to something, trying to build something magnificent, So one of the things that he says in here that is you cannot hold up in the safe zone of behavior where you have beaten the odds of failing, right? And unwillingness to encounter defeat or run into problems outlaws quantum leaps. And he says, unless you allow yourself to make mistakes, to fail, you will never have the opportunity to test the limits of what you truly are capable of accomplishing. Now, let me say something to you guys. I teach our clients all the time that if you're going to go after a goal, then make it a big goal. Make it something that's going to stretch you, okay? We gotta quit playing it safe because the reality of it is the person who plays it safe never takes the risk and really gets to a level called greatness. And sometimes you gotta realize that it is a mindset. The mindset of those who want to play it safe, you all, are those who are afraid. And it is the mindset that's backed by fear. And the problem with fear is many people don't know this, but fear is really rooted in ignorance, which means you just a lack of knowledge. People tend to fear things that they don't know about, guys. People tend to fear things that makes them uncomfortable. But when you really want to go after something big and you want to have quantum leaps in your life, then you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I hope that resonated with you. I'm going to say that once again. You have to learn how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because think about it. If you make a goal that you already know what to do, then it doesn't do anything for your emotions or your comfortability because you already know how to do it. We call those beginner type goals. If you make a goal where it's a little more advanced type goal, then that's something that you think you can do based upon the results that you already have. So, it doesn't really stretch you. But when you talk about those essential type goals, those big goals, the goals that stretch you, the goals that causes you to get out of your comfort zone, those goals, once you get to a certain level, to the point where you don't know what's going to happen next, but you can sense that something amazing is getting ready to happen, that is a different type of feeling, a different type of vibration. And so if you're not used to it, if you're not accustomed to it, then it's sort of like this. If you've ever spoken in front of a large crowd of people, you're going to get nervous, or what we call butterflies. No matter how many times you do it, there's always something that's going to happen. As a performer, A+ performer, you all, I remember sometimes my mouth would get dry, my voice would get shaky like that. And then sometimes, my foot would tremble. And these are called nerves, right? You have to keep your nerves about you. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. But you always have a small piece of nervousness until you get started. and then you go and continue doing what you're doing. That is what we want you to do with this piece right here. We want to teach you how to press through, how to punch through that wall of fear so that you can land through and have freedom on the other side. And so now he says you must realize that if you're experiencing no difficulties, watch this, you all, no problems or pain, you probably have aimed too low. This is what I call a low-level mindset. You got people who want to set goals, they want to set big goals, but they aren't experiencing any difficulties, any problems, any pain. Those are called growth pains, you all, growing pains. You think about when females, when ladies are getting ready to have children and things of that nature, and those baby kicks. It's a pain, but it's a good pain because that baby is growing. And when it's time to deliver and have that baby, ultimate pain, but then on the other side of it is a great result, right? But we got to get rid of the low-level mindset, which says, I don't want to go through pain. I don't want to experience any difficulties. I don't want to have any problems. Guys, problems are designed to push you forward. And let me just tell you, one of the indicators that you are really growing is new problems. You know, I remember when I started pastoring and our church grew to 20 members, okay? Hey, that was pretty cool. But we doubled and jumped up to 50, 60. Now I had to get new chairs. I had to get new PA systems, which means I had to raise the money, all new problems. But they happen because of growth. So those are good problems. All right, Price goes on to say, you all, that you've leveled off in your growth and achievement. So you probably are far from reaching your limits. And it's about limits, you all. So I want you to understand that he has a play on words. If you think about seeking failure, that means try something that you could possibly, right, fail at, but try it anyway. You know, go after it. I remember when I first started doing programs and things, like I'm in this process right now. As a matter of fact, we're getting ready for our live event. I don't know who's going to show up. I don't know how many people going to buy their tickets or whatnot, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't care if it's just my team and I down there, because I have to get them in a place, right, so that they can understand what goes into it. There's no way to realize if our marketing works, if our ad campaigns are working, if you don't put it out there, right? So that means, of course, we didn't go out here and spend thousands and thousands of dollars, but we put a budget together. I put a budget together that if it doesn't pan out, if I don't even break even, then it's worth it because I've learned of some valuable lessons, okay, as it relates to live events. And that's what we're working on. So that being said, you all, let's look at this piece right here. He also goes on to say that, so think of problems or pain or slippage in performance as a positive sign. Now that's a mindset. This talks about awareness. And I love this saying because he says a performance lag ordinarily occurs at the very outset when you are making a quantum leap. I'm gonna read that again. Listen to this. He says a performance lag ordinarily occurs at the very outset when you are making a quantum leap. It's the pause during which you poise for the jump, the temporary loss of momentum that occurs in the process of changing gears. Think about that, guys. When you're in a stick shift and you driving and you hit the clutch and pull the clip, the car think about that. So that means right before the breakthrough, there's a pause. That means be intentional on what you're doing. See, this mindset I call is the ability to be aware of the pause before greatness. Sometimes when you got momentum and getting ready to hit the next level, you got to pull back a little bit. You got to pause a little bit, and then you hit another spurt. Now, the fact that you know that could be so valuable because some of you all are right on the cusp of breakthrough and going into greatness, but you've been thinking about giving up. I'm here to tell you in this lesson, don't give up, okay? Just because you failed at something or you didn't meet your goal does not make you a failure. That just means you had an opportunity to learn. So I told myself for the next 10 years, I'm not taking any losses, any L's. Everything is going to be a positive mind. It's going to be rooted in a positive mindset. And that means I'm going to learn some lessons if I do fail or some things like that, but I'm not counting them as loss. Guys, that's a mindset, okay? He then says you deliberately destabilize yourself when you break out of your habit patterns that represent the status quo. That is a mindset of intentionality. You see, it's one thing to do it by mistake, but it's another thing to do it on purpose. We are purposefully going to slow down the machine so that we can make some tweaks so that we can handle, right? I see a lot of companies do this when they hit the growth spurt, guys, and then they have to go back, especially tech companies, you know, online companies, anything that's dealing with technology. Sometimes you have to close the site down for maintenance. You got to reboot those servers and do certain things so you can handle the influx of people coming in that's using your platform. Otherwise, that platform will slow down. You all experience it. You on a certain platform, you join a certain company, and at a certain time, peak hours, it runs way slow. That means millions of people are accessing the server at the same time, and that server is having some stress put on it. So if the company is smart, before they crash the service or the site, they go in and they make the necessary changes. I'm telling you that you may be in a position where you just have to make a few tweaks in your business model, a few tweaks in your mindset, and you can go on to do some very awesome and amazing things, okay? Now, there are a lot of other things in here that I could share. I don't want to continue to hit it. I strongly suggest that you all go here and get into this piece, but I will share this one last point with you. He says on page 26, this is the crucial point in the process. Don't give up. Failure belongs here. It's a sign of progress. And that's what I call the winner's mindset. He says it's easy to lose faith because other people may withdraw their support and be critical of your efforts. But that plus your own anxieties and uncertainties can tempt you to turn on yourself. Do not develop that quitter's mindset, you all. Keep pushing forward, keep going forward, and understand that failure is your friend. You learn from these things on your way to greatness, all right? So with that being said, you all, hey, do your boy a favor. We have our private Facebook group that we're doing. I'm going to be launching a few more things and sharing some things over there. But if you are interested in learning how, you know, to do what we do, if you're interested in some of the other investments that we're in, you know, if you want to learn how to do silver and gold and you want to, you know, think about some of the programs that we have to see if they're a good fit for you, then hit that link down below and join our private Facebook group, okay? And I know, I'll stake my reputation on it, that you're going to get a lot of value over there for free just by being there. But most importantly, when we get ready to drop new things, you'll be in the know. You'll get it before everyone else does. So with that being said, you all, once again, it is my hope and my desire that these lessons, as we walk through the Price Pritchett piece on Quantum Leap, that you understand you're destined for this. You have an ability to make a quantum leap in everything you're doing, and it could be effortless. All you got to do is make a decision and take action. So as always, this is Dr. Favors, you all. Thank you so much for being here. And hey, as always, let's be positive on purpose and not by accident. We'll see you next time.